Good afternoon, everyone. October rains 180% of normal, blight wiping out tomato crops across Tennessee. Texas loses its grapefruit producer title from last year's super freeze that took down the power grid. And November 23rd this year, it arrives again. Australia as well. They're heading into summer, yet looking at temperatures 30 to 40 degrees Fahrenheit below normal. Inbound Alberta Clipper, massive lake effect snows. See the dip in the jet stream Billings down to Denver, visible here on the GFS model as well. Paper shortages, for considerations. Food prices going up 3 times faster than what we're used to. 6% would be 18%, and looking across America's inflation problem. Deep red means deep gouges to your pocketbook. A new surveillance bill will allow Australia to spy on their citizens' internet activity. This bill gives the Australian government the right to disrupt private citizens' computers, hack their online accounts, and modify or delete data. Government overreach and corporate tracking are at the top of the reasons why VPNs are becoming more and more popular. You can head over to virtualshield.com, and in the download tab, I'm going to choose Firefox and click Install Now to add the Virtual Shield add-on. It's just that easy. And get started with your free 30-day trial. Install it, click Connect. You'll see the shield turn from red to green, and you'll see how from my initial service provider I was able to even change my IP. Virtual Shield Network protected. If you want to stay anonymous online, you'll love Virtual Shield. This Black Friday, you can try Virtual Shield for 30 days. Free, plus 50% off for life. If you hurry, go to virtualshield.com/adapt2030 or click on the link in the description box below. And now on with the video. And we're going to start off here. Snow warnings out. Alberta Clipper going to send more snow to the plains, then to lake effect snows across the Great Lakes, and then massive snows in the northeast U.S. Look where the jet stream is. It's incredibly visible on the map here. The highest red streaks running through Billings and Denver. You can trace that jet stream, just follow the trajectory. And you can also see it in the GFS models where the temperature is going to be below normal. And you can see where it's sort of tapering out, where it bends right through Oklahoma all the way over to the cusp of Tennessee, running up the Mississippi River. Now, Tennessee Valley Authority reporting 180% rainfall totals, receiving even more than what would be expected in an entire year. Problem was, the tomato growers that were not undercover have been wiped out. Blight, a major issue. So we're starting to see above ground crops not protected, already noticeably damaged. So how do we protect ourselves moving forward? It costs millions of dollars to put these under plastic or glass. And even though the TVA is running an enormous amount of hydronuclear, we've been given warning that if D.C. or areas in Virginia black out this winter, they're going to reroute power from here because it's constant, continuous power. And they'll start rolling brownouts and blackouts through Tennessee. But the blight is real. The Granger Tomato Festival, anybody who's involved in the tomato business, agriculture here in Tennessee, it's either stories of riches, those who kept their produce in high tunnels, or those weeping that lost everything. And continuing on with the losses here, Texas losing the rank as top grapefruit producer in the U.S. That cold snap, I love how the brutal cold snap. No, it was some of the record coldest temperatures ever recorded that took down power grids and erased agriculture across, quote-unquote, warmer areas of the country. So the damage has reduced Texas down to the third largest producer. Looking back through some of the images during this time, ice, and more ice. Sickles this time. Those are the green grapefruits that hadn't blushed out yet. And the ones that are on the tree that could have been harvested that weren't dropped to 2 degrees Celsius below zero, which is around 27 to 28 Fahrenheit. Water freezes at 32. Fruit's no longer viable. Now, the freeze was so damaging that thousands of acres have had to be ripped up because the cold killed the trees. And this year, they're only going to be harvesting 30% of what would have been the normal harvest anyway, due to the damage. And the flowers are setting for next year's crop already, and they're going to get another freeze event. Now, this is going to start around the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, and if you go to the GFS models, which I link below, you can go to the temperature anomaly maps. All through the southeast, you're looking at 20 to 30, 35 degrees Fahrenheit under the normal temperatures, which I hope everybody got a wake-up call last year when that happened and had prepared with different types of propane heaters, wood-burning stoves, camp tent stoves, whatever it would be, because if your power goes out again during another event, then I hope more are prepared this time. Now, speaking of absurd cool temperatures, Australia heading into the middle of spring, onward into summer. And look at these temperatures, November 12th. This is going to range through the 18th with the same absurd 25, 30, 40 degrees below normal. And at this magnitude across the continent, it can't be hidden. Everybody's going to be pulling out their coats in the warmest year ever. So I wonder how the cognitive dissonance will ripple through the chattering teeth of deep winter temperatures at the cusp of summer, December 1st, in the southern hemisphere. Moving on to paper shortages, all that you need to know. So pulp producers are absolutely stating that paper shortages are going to run through 2023. Now, my personal story going off to Costco, no toilet paper available at all. Not even limit buyer per one, because there is zero for anybody not available. So the paper industry has put this public service announcement out, PSA, for any business or individuals running businesses or offices to reconsider reliance on pre-printed stock. But then again, if you're going to do that, then you're going to be spending an enormous amount of personal ink to print every single one on demand in your own printer versus outsourcing that. Overhaul communications flows to remove paper from that process. Maximize the paper that you use, turn it over. And get serious about digital adoption. So they want everybody to go away from paper into digital. So you can see where this takes us with the metaverse. Everything moving to digital, QR codes on your phones, and now they want all office communications, nothing on paper any longer. Convenient excuse to get you to the digitized switch, I think. But here's something interesting. Any of you who drink wine, I mean, we're coming up to Thanksgiving, a lot more beverages come out during the holiday time than they would through the rest of the year. Feeling the effects of the shortages, wine labels are delaying production. They don't have enough wine labels to put on the bottles, so therefore they can't move the bottles out to distribution points. And wineries, in conjunction with label printing companies, are saying shortages of these types of labels will last well into 2022. And that matches right up with pulp industry talking about shortages into 2023. And since we are coming into the holiday season, your foods are going to cost far, far, far more than they did last year or the year prior. You know, inflation's built in. It's a way to strip your wealth from you, 2% per year of theft of your wages. But we won't go into that. That's a different video. But the food prices are going up 3 times faster than what they're used to, or what economists or governments have deemed legal theft capping at 2% inflation. Now it's running around 6% in the U.S., and I balk at that. And it's 6%. Have these writers ever been to the supermarket? It's more like 18, 20, 30, 50%, or doubling in so many things. Every single food item out there has gone up in price. So to say 5 to 6%, if it was 3x on the 6%, perhaps on the baseline 18% across the board for everything. But then we take a look at the Labor Department statistics coming out here, America's inflation problem, annual inflation by region. You see the deep red areas? That's where you're going to get gouged in the pocketbook the most. Deep red states. Quirky like that. And also included in the food price rise article, we all know that shipping rates on containers, vessels, transiting oceans has gone up 20x in some instances, and then they're not even unloading at the port, so there's delays in trucking, etc. But here, now even when we get it onto the ground, freight forwarding logistics from those ships onward to your supermarket store cities off the coasts, We're seeing that service surcharge going from $3,000 to $10,000. Again, that's a 3x run up there. Passed on, now we got fuels going to the stratosphere, another pipeline closing across the Great Lakes. So how many more pinch points can there be with fuels, deliveries, loss of crops, continuous inflation, lack of labor force? It seems to be the perfect storm. So how prepared are you for these changes? My Patriot Supply and Adapt 2030 to 3-month emergency food supply, 25 years shelf life, give you and your families the peace of mind knowing you have storable foods that will be cheaper today than they will next year. And also you'll have calories in case of an emergency. All the links for tonight's videos, images, stories are in the description box below. You can click the links there, follow out, do your own research, as well as the link for My Patriot Supply. Appreciate you watching. Hope you got something out of the video, and I'll see you next time.